Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a weather balloon. It's a spy balloon. It's a UFO. We don't know what the fuck it is. And if you want to see two guys who don't know what the fuck anything is, go to www.NTTFGPOD.com and subscribe. I'm Rock.
And I'm Archie. Well, our opinions, they might not matter to some, but...
What are you doing in there?
It's a podcast.
Immature, crass, trashy. And those are their good qualities. These poor schmucks are a couple of IQ points away from eating paste. But when it comes to music, sports, and comedy, well, that's all they know. You're listening to
Not These Two Fucking Guys.
Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast.
Hey, Rock.
Hey, Jay, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Some would say never better.
All right, so check this out, bro.
So,
I'm getting a little weirded out, and I'm going to fill you in on this, homie.
all right.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, dude calls me over at work, and he goes, "Hey, man, you gotta check this out. You gotta check this out. This is like weird." I'm like, "All right." He pulls his pants down.
He unzips his pants.
He goes, "Check this out."
Not this again.
He pulls up a site, and it was called like Chat GBT or GTB, something like that .com. It's an AI chat. It's an AI website. Have you ever? Are you familiar with AI at all?
Artificial intelligence, yes, sir.
All right. So basically, with this chat, you can type in. Now he registered. I'm not fucking putting my info in this shit. I don't trust it just yet. He registered. It was free, and he put in anything you want, as far as, please write me a book report about Abraham Lincoln. Within seconds.
Come on.
Book report, Abraham Lincoln. Please write a book report on Abraham Lincoln like a 5-year-old. Like a 5-year-old would write it. Please write a 30-second Mercedes-Benz commercial featuring the new S-Class.
Come on.
30-second commercial. Fucking scary, Rocco. Scary.
So let me ask you a question. So have humans outlived their usefulness?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. If I was a copywriter, I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah.
They're coming for us all.
I'm sure they're not coming for video editors next.
But I know, but how not? Like, how not are they coming to everything? Like, hopefully, as a human race, we fucking realize, like, let's not fucking design ourselves out of a job.
Yeah, that's pretty much how life's going to go, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Think about this. Let me ask you something. Just say if this website was around when we were in school.
Oh my God, fucking term papers. Holy shit.
But how now, another obstacle
Brown cow.
for a teacher, how the fuck are you going to know if Billy plagiarized or not?
It makes it more difficult. I forget her name, an English teacher in high school. That, remember what Cliff Notes were?
Miss Christopher.
No,
Who,
I don't
Cliff?
think so. You know what Cliff Notes are?
I absolutely know what Cliff Notes are.
Basically, Cliff Notes are like the gist of a book.
Yep.
It's basically like what like Blinkist is now, like stuff like that.
I don't
Where
know
it gives
what
you
that is.
it gives you like you buy this thing. Remember that they were it was like a construction site. It was like yellow and a little like paperback thing, yellow and black. And it would give you the gist of a book.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember that. Yes.
That's why I lived off of that shit, basically. And this teacher would have the Cliff Notes, read them, and ask questions on quizzes that were not in the Cliff Notes, like obscure shit from the book.
Because he knew.
So, yeah, she knew.
She knew. She knew.
But now, like you said, I'm sure it's much harder to.
It's scary, man. It's scary because, as say you're starting out, say you're in marketing and you're like, I'm a graphic designer. I could take care of the art. I have some connections. I can take care of other things. You know, I might have to freelance it out. Oh, do you write? Oh no, I'm not a. Fuck yes, I'm a writer. Yeah, sure. And maybe it might not hit it on the head, but you will actually be in the fucking ballpark.
Yeah.
Could you please write? Yeah, we need a synopsis about our company. We are together 10 years. Or here was one. Please write. Please, I'm saying please. Write a poem for my wife for Valentine's Day about cows. And it fucking did it.
Come on.
You are moveless. Hey, listen. I mean, let's not say the computer's a hack, but
yeah, I'll say Christ.
But it did it though. It fucking did it. It's scary. So now, which leads me to my next topic. David Guetta. Do you know who David Guetta is?
Yeah, sure do.
David Guetta is probably one of the most influential DJs of our time.
Sure.
Fucking hits for days.
Sure.
Well, let me show you a little something David Guetta did. Okay? I'm going to play something for you. Do me a favor.
This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground. This is the future rave sound. I'm getting lost in an underground.
I hear it.
Eminem, bro. There's something that I made as a joke, and it works so good, I could not believe it. I discovered those websites that are about AI. Basically, you can write lyrics in the style of any artist you like. So I typed, write a verse in the style of Eminem about future rave. And I went to another AI website that can recreate the voice. I put the text in that, and I played the record, and people went nuts.
David Guetta typed in Eminem's voice. I want a verse that sounds like Eminem. Did you not know that was not sampled from Eminem?
No, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Now where are we taking this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
now what?
That's the problem, man. When they come for all the creative arts, yikes. What's his website called? that you saw?
Let me see here. Are we back?
We're back.
Okay. I think it is chat.openai.com.
Okay. Let me just get on that. Okay. Find me a better best friend and co-host. Hold on, it's buffering.
It's Bruce buffering.
Oh, I'm sorry. Find me a funnier best friend and co-host.
Hold on, let me go. Find me a co-host that will not eat the mic. Yeah. So So
AI, huh?
This is a little scary.
And we're not talking about Allen Iverson.
Now. He said in an interview, it's the future, but not only, but he was cool enough in a way. He said some people didn't like that he did that. Some people thought it's like fucking genius.
Yeah.
But he did say he plays it live. He's not going to sell the record because it's not a for real collab.
Yeah. How the fuck could you though? Like that's the part where how could you sell it?
It's fucked up. Now, what would you do if you're Eminem right there? I mean, granted, it's like, all right, you're being played at like a show. It's almost equivalent. It's almost equivalent of someone doing a rave or a rock show and covering one of your tunes or playing your song at a party, kind of. Because there's not an intent to sell it to make money.
Correct.
So if he tried to monetize it, then I think he might have some beef. So
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I'll tell you though, and I get it, but the whole thing with the playing live stuff as well is coming full circle. As far as they can make a case. Okay, well, you're playing this at a live event and you're collecting revenue to get paid at that live event, right? There's a live gate, there's people there, there's all this shit that's going to be the next step.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So you're telling me that since this went public, excuse me, he posted this February 3rd. And I just kind of saw this. It's funny because the one dude at work on Monday was like, yo, you got to check this out. And then the other dude at work was like, yo, do you know who David Guetta is? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, check this out. So this is pretty new. It's got 1.6 million views. You're telling me there's no kids out there now officially just fucking like going full-fledged now?
Why can't we do it? I mean, yeah, that's crazy.
Well, Rocco,
they're yeah, I'm gonna tell you something, but they're gonna monetize it, and you're hearing it now first, but like there's companies like BMI and they're going into bars, going into clubs that have live bands in the New York metropolitan area.
Yeah.
Live bands and or jukeboxes, and they're surveying what's being played, and now they're going to try to charge these places a monthly fee for licensing. That's fucked up. So it's not even obviously like they're paying to have a band play. If a band plays a cover song or whatever it may be, they're going to start charging for it, charging the venues for it.
Yeah.
Right. And then they're going to charge the venues for having these jukeboxes that have a fucking 10,000 songs. So it's going to be slowly but surely taking away. Like, oh, I own a bar. I'm like, fuck it. Well, guess what? I won't have live music anymore.
Yeah.
I won't have a jukebox. Fuck it. I'll have a pool table. I'll have this. I'll have that. And that's how the arts get taken away.
Scary. Fucking scary.
Did you see too about like AI photos? Like you pull a post up and it's like all these people are fake. They're AI photo generated, and like some of them people are creepy. They're like in the back, like,
yeah, sick. This dude did a AI. Every picture was relating to every lyric to a Metallica song, and it was dope. Like the art, the illustration of it, it was dope. It looked good, but oh man, I don't know if it's our age, but it's a little scary, dude.
Well, okay, so not even our age, but like, so if you're a young artist, let's say you're a young kid who's 10, 11, 12 years old, but will be an artist at some point as far as like singer, songwriter, anything, whatever, producer, it's almost like they're going to be probably robbed of their creativity.
It's going to be harder. It's going to be harder for them.
Yeah. Like if anyone can go to a computer and punch that in, okay, well, I want a song that sounds like this and blah, blah, blah. Now listen, term paper stuff, I guess they got to take the good with the bad. Term paper, book reports, you guys are covered. You want to do something creative, you're fucked. Nuts, dude.
Rocco, here's to the future, my friend. We'll see where it goes.
We're sending you back to the future.
Great Scott Mortier.
We would like to congratulate the Super Bowl champion, Kansas City Chiefs. Good game, huh?
We made a prediction.
We predicted on this show, and we're going to roll back the tape. Kansas City 33, Eagles 31. I'm going to say 33-31, Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, you heard it here, folks. 33-31, Kansas City Chiefs.
Now, the final score was Kansas City 38, Eagles 35. Pretty fucking close.
Pretty close.
It's almost like we may know what we're talking about. Now, maybe.
We're close. We were like Madden close.
Yeah, close enough. We were like horseshoes close.
Yeah. Oh, we were touching the pin.
Not quite a ringer.
No.
Touching the pin.
And it never will be.
Ooh, what'd you think of the game?
Considered I watched the second half because I was cleaning up my brisket.
Oh,
yeah.
We gotta talk about your brisket now.
So my brisket turned out to be a little dry. Okay, and
ladies and gentlemen, that's not a euphemism for his penis. He's talking about an actual brisket he made.
Because it's true. So I smoked my first brisket, and it did come.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not talking about weed.
Just eat the mic. So,
My dick.
it turned out I had it on for 7 hours, and here was my problem. I got it up to 200.
It was too high.
Yeah. Yes. So there was a time where I needed to add more charcoal to keep it going. And when I added more charcoal, the heat jumped up. And instead of using the flutes correctly, I'm calling them flutes, using the flutes correctly, I had it open, so more air was coming in, so the heat was getting higher. And it was getting higher, and I was like, fuck. But if I closed them, then it's going to go down. It's not easy to smoke something for a long time. Like ribs, I could smoke. I think I'm pretty good at for 4 hours. Like I can get it done. But yeah,
brisket's unforgiving. I told you that.
So I got it to 200. Took it off at 200. By the way, the thermometer, courtesy of my boss, Nick Ben. He gave me a meat thermometer for Christmas. Fucking what a great invention that is.
Yeah.
Told me inside the meat, outside the meat, outside, like inside the smoker. It was fucking great. It was all on my phone, Bluetooth.
Look at you.
Yeah, it was sick. But it was dry. It was a little dry. But I posted the whole story on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So, if anybody was following out there, that's fucking what happened. So I'll try again. They're expensive though.
It looked delicious though. And let me tell you this. So your smoker is a top on, top off smoker, right?
Correct. The Weber.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountain one. It looks like a black R2D2.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I would advise is, so you use charcoal, not wood, nothing like that.
Charcoal and wood. Like I use like flavored wood.
Okay.
But yeah, charcoal.
Like a mesquite or a cherry wood.
Yeah, I think it was cherry wood. I think.
All right. So when you change the chips and or the wood and or the charcoal, keep the top off for a little bit. Now I know that you're not getting the full smoke flavor and some of it escapes, but that will actually make it not overheat as the new charcoal and the new wood gets up to temperature.
I could see that.
Because brandy new.
I could see that. That's a pretty good tip. I could see that.
And also, too, do you have an injector? Did you inject it at all?
No.
So inject the meat with. Now, they say to do it with apple cider vinegar. I
sprayed it.
Yeah, but that's good. You should. I actually inject it as well with. I use actually apple juice because it's like sweeter, more sugar, caramelizes better. I actually inject the old brisket with that as well. Now, that being said, brisket is very easy to make dry.
Yeah.
And again, it depends on how you go through the stall period. And you had to cook it at 225 the whole time, you said?
That's the other thing. Like balancing out the fucking temperature is hard, bro.
Yeah, very hard.
I got to get that barbecue guru.
You have to go. So I think next time you do one, do it even lower and do it even slower. I know it's slow. Brisket's fucking slow as shit. Do it at 175.
I got up at 4:15 because I couldn't sleep. At 5:15,
time to make the brisket.
Oh, I finished defrosting the brisket. Then I put it on at 9:30, and I took it off 7 hours later because I was like,
Yeah, I feel like 7 hours. I feel like you too high temperature and cook it too short.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
And you put it in fat side up, right? Fat cap up.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, it tasted pretty good. It wasn't like, it wasn't like, oh God, this is fucking horrendous.
Of course.
But
I saw you had a nice little smoke ring. Looked good.
see, I don't know if you could see my piece of paper here, but the meat, when you take it off that I read, should be like this. You know?
The what?
The meat?
Yeah.
It should kind of like fold a little bit.
Yeah.
It was it was like a fucking, it was like 10 pounds of weed packed up nice and tightly.
All right, so then maybe
like it wasn't moving.
You want a little fatter cut of brisket?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could have been different.
So let me ask you a question. How'd you eat it? And don't say I fucking chewed it and swallowed it. Just like cut it up and
sliced it up and we dipped it in barbecue sauce.
Okay, as you should.
Yeah.
So I would say like next time, if it does come out dry, like normally I like to take it out, eat it, and just like brisket, barbecue sauce, like whatever.
Yeah.
But like make a sandwich of it, like barbecue sauce, like mayo, like add more condiments and more stuff that like will help the dryness. No, on bread. No, I'm serious. Like I think that's but from what I saw, it was a great first attempt at brisket.
Thanks, pal.
I haven't done one in a couple of years now, so I will inevitably fuck up the next one I do, just so you know.
You should document it.
We should do it on meat day. When are we having meat day?
It's your call, pal.
We're having meat day this year. Meat day 2023.
Let's Rocco this.
Yo, Rocco.
What's up, bud?
I'm going to spit out a couple titles out to you, and let me know if they ring a bell, all right?
Do it.
Ring a bell.
Passive aggressive. Mind trip.
Thing.
Ruthless.
Thing. A double thing.
Impossible needs.
So you're basically, are you trying to explain what it's like to date your sister?
No.
Got him.
These are just some bangers that the lead singer has laid down pen to paper and created magic for the whole world to hear. Not to mention, he's got more bars than Hoboken, New Jersey. Welcome to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast, lead singer of NONPOINT, Elias Soriano. What's up?
Hey, not these two fucking guys. Hey.
What's up, Elias?
I'm wonderful. How are you, sir?
Good. Chilling.
Yo, we are good. Yo, right before we started, you just laid it out for a second, bro. We just got to jump back in. So these two fucking guys, we are from Bloomfield, New Jersey, and you threw out. Oh, I lived in.
I was born in Passaic. I was born.
That's
nice.
Born.
That's fucking crazy.
Badge on the arm. It's like people's like, oh, I was in Vietnam. I was like, yeah, born in Passaic. That's what
Nice.
That's awesome.
People are like, oh, easy. I understand.
It's definitely a different upbringing where we're from. It's definitely,
Indeed.
It's
a hard knock life.
It's acquired
Jay-Z
taste.
said it best.
Yes.
It's a hard knock life. Jay-Z said it best, then Annie covered it.
Yeah.
I heard.
You heard.
You guys don't know. That's the real history. They try to cover that.
Gotcha.
Yes. Try to cover that up. But that's the real history. No, I was born in Passaic. Spent some time in Newark and Patterson when I was very, very young, in a very not executive expensive high rise.
Gotcha.
That we would get little splinters in our feet running barefoot on the hardwood. It was that kind of situation.
Right.
Turning on the oven to heat up the house every once in a while, getting that going.
Understandable.
But Yeah. But then we got a little older. My mom went south with me and my brother. Took the family south. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be 4 next year. I gotta get my shit together. So I got my mom. I went south. I became a coal miner.
That's funny.
I wasn't actually a coal miner. I was the shovel. I was too young to be a coal miner. I was a shovel.
Yeah. So
4 years old, he's making power moves. He knew he was like, "Fuck this, let's go."
Yeah. I had abs back then.
Very cool. Well, that's pretty dope to find out that you're from by us, man. So that's
yeah.
So,
Northeast.
and then you obviously, if read anything about you, Florida is pretty much where you grew up and where you started music and all that fun jazz.
Yeah. I grew up in South Florida. I went to school there. I went to a performing arts high school. That's really where I found my voice and the courage to get up on stage, and took it to there and met some dudes in the local Fort Lauderdale scene. I was actually hosting at a restaurant, and one of the dudes was waiting tables, and he was like, "Yo, dude, you should come check out my band." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do this." And I was Puerto Rican. He was Puerto Rican. We speak Spanish back and forth every once in a while in the restaurant. So, we had a little bit of a kinship, and I met Rob there, and he was the drummer at the time, and we bonded and really had the same kind of vision of continuing on and doing something serious and making it a profession. And fucking 20 years later, man, I'm over here. I was over there, now I'm over here.
Now you're over here now.
I'm over here now.
Well, what a career you have so far, because I can only see it even escalating even more, because I know there's something on the horizon. There has to be.
Yes,
but,
there is. There always is.
Good. I was telling Rocco the other day, we were like just talking about, we got Elias coming on and stuff like that. And I was telling him that it's like NONPOINT, whenever you see something pop up on Spotify, at least for me, that's where I'm getting my music. When I see NONPOINT new single, I already I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, bro. But I know what I'm getting. I know it. I now know I'm going to get a banging chorus. I'm going to get some heaviness. I'm going to get melody. I'm going to get rhythm. I know everything I'm going to get. And I push play, and I'll be honest, I'm never not satisfied.
Never disappoints.
And that's why.
You know what?
Go ahead.
I try to be, I think sometimes to my own detriment, and maybe it causes more riffs in moments than I would even really like sometimes during the writing process. Mm-hmm. But I give a shit. Like on another deeper level, that every single thing matters to me. Every bit of every part of every song matters to me.
Yeah.
And our fan base has really championed our message, and it's championed our aggressive nature. Really not our aggressive nature, our roller coaster way of doing our songwriting. It's like, yes, we are going to give you those things, but the goal is to take our fans on a trip that lifts them up like really high, and sometimes just like drops just tons of weight when you do things later, like read the lyrics, or when you connect with a riff that we do, because we decided, hey, this has kind of done this for a minute, what if we completely like turn them in the other direction, took them down this road, let them completely forget what we were doing, and then smack them in the face with that later down the line. It's like that kind of conversation is always happening in the music writing process for us. And I challenge myself. I ask the guys to challenge themselves and to challenge me. I challenge them. And ask yourself the question, can it be better? And and I feel like I stopped asking that question when it's just different.
Okay.
Because I feel like I can feel when it's better.
Yeah.
And if it's still moving up, then we're still doing stuff here. As soon as it goes sideways, that's when we know we're supposed to be.
Well, I like that answer.
Very cool.
I like that. Yeah. Feel different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because you can feel it inside. You can definitely feel it inside when something clicks, when something's there. And I'm sure there's a lot of maybe songs, outtakes. There's a lot of stuff maybe in the can that you know that didn't make it, that wasn't there. But maybe some elements that, I always liked that riff. Rocco and I have been playing in a band for 20 years. We never, local heroes, never made, never went on the outskirts too much, but we understand the writing process and how, that's there. We got something there. And on your level, to present this to us as fans, you have to have some type of that's what I'm looking for, some type of meter or something, we want to be here.
You gotta have a bar. Again, and you have to be able to really ask yourself, am I letting my ego get ahead of what I know is just something that I want to play or I want to sing? Or is it something that serves the song? Because if we're just playing what you want to play, or I'm just singing what I want to sing, then that's not writing a song together. So, songwriting in a band, if you're not just a sole songwriter, is something that takes that kind of mental strength to be able to say, am I being critical of myself enough? And am I able to accept the fact that maybe this isn't the best thing, that there is a better idea sitting there? And, when I write music with my guys, that's why I really like them to write music on their own and beat all that shit into the wall until they're like, this is as far as I can get this. This is what I like about this. This riff is right there. And, then I know I can move things around and it's still something that they love. Then we can both say, hey, I know that maybe I can tell by the position of this is probably a bridge riff, but I hear a chorus here. Listen to this vocal line over top of it. Let's move some stuff around. And, it takes some rethinking and some reimagining of something that you've beat into a fucking wall for the last 16 hours when you're writing a riff. Or if you just did it in 10 minutes and you loved it and you thought it was going to be untouched, that kind of thing. It's that understanding that things change. And at the end of the day, it's that final song that you're sitting with that really, really matters. And that riff that you wrote originally got us here. So without that, there would be no this. So it served its purpose. But let's serve the song and let's serve the music.
That was a lesson that we learned writing songs was, I forget who taught us Arch, but we were like write the, for me personally, it was like write the melody, write the lyrics to serve the song. And that was a foreign concept to me. I'm like you said, I want to do this, I want to do that. We would just shoehorn parts together to kind of get the song we thought we wanted, but not serving the song. And then it's actually easier to serve the song in my estimation of, okay, this is what it is. Don't try to make it something it's not. And here we go.
Yeah. I mean, I learned that's the way it definitely, those are the guts and the infrastructure of it all. When you get into the depth and the details of, next level songwriting, you realize things like, and this goes with working with professionals. Fred Archambault was one of those people that put my eyes and attention. What's up, Fred? Put my eyes and attention on bridges and how important bridges were. Using the Beatles as an example. Okay. And then something that I always wanted to focus on, working with Chris Collier, showed me how important and amazing variety in things like, drums and transitions are really, really adds a depth to the rest of the players in the band that really excited me about the new music. So you take all of those other lessons and with setting that bar, you'll most of the time end up with something pretty stellar.
Well, we're always psyched when you come out with shit, man. So keep it coming.
Thanks.
That's all we say.
Yeah.
I don't feel slowed down. Rock till the wheels fall off.
Good. So you just came back, my friend, from Shiprock. If I'm correct.
Yes.
How Rocco and I went up a couple years, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. It was fucking mayhem.
It's unbelievable. This was a great experience for me personally. We got to go to the Dominican Republic.
Oh, cool.
I would say, and I'm part Dominican, so it was amazing to see it at this age, because I haven't been since I was a very, very, very young child.
Gotcha.
And the crowd was, I can't say that there hasn't been a show since we first started playing Shiprock that off the boat Shiprockers don't come to our shows. Every single show there's somebody from Shiprock at one of our shows. Just to show you the size and the spread of that crowd.
Yeah.
Or at least somebody that's experienced Shiprock. It's another kind of community, and those people really love that experience and really appreciate it. So they're kind, they're sweet when they interact with you. They're not too crazy. They're so good about, hey man, I hate to bug you. I know you're about to eat, or do you mind if I get a picture, and that kind of stuff. It's so amazing. And then to have the Shiprock family and the Ask for Entertainment people always take such good care of the band. It's one of those working vacations that keeps getting better the more we go. So I hope they keep inviting us back, and I hope their staff doesn't change and they keep doing what they're doing. They got a great formula and great people over there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I had a Guy Fieri burger twice a day, every day.
At the burger bar.
I could literally shit a cow right now. Guy Fieri and
man.
pizza that I ate. I ate pizza every single day for 7 days straight.
Like, not to get
at 3
much. Yeah. Not to dive too much into it, but like as a fan, you look at like your itinerary and you're like, holy shit, NONPOINT's playing there at 8. Blah blah blah's playing there at 6. Oh my god, it's like, like as a music nerd, a rock fan, you're like, where the fuck do we go? We got to get drinks first. Where the fuck do we go? But as a musician standpoint, I know it's probably, I mean, I'm sure there's probably bands that you want to go check out too, and your friends, your peers, and I definitely saw a lot of like when we went like Seven Dust was just chilling. You could go up to Morgan, Lejean, they're just having drinks. You couldn't really talk to security Taylor, Corey Taylor. But it's understandable. I get it. But but like it was one of the dopest experiences that I've had, and I'm sure
I tell people if you've never been on a cruise and you like rock music and you got a shit ton of tattoos and dreadlocks and gauges and all this shit that normally you get stared at when you go to the beach, this is the place for you. You're not going to get stared at. There's going to be a million people just like you, chilling out, having a good time, running around, going, "What are you going to see? You're going to see Motionless? Oh, me too. Let's fucking go. Let's get a pina colada, though."
Yeah. A dude with piercings, tats, everything, drinking a pina colada. You know, hey.
Yeah. And a swirly cone.
Yeah.
There you go.
In flip flops.
Yeah.
No, it was Art. Remember, I
with a Slayer T-shirt.
It was a trip just like watching a concert on the beach in January. I'm like, wow, this is like a mind fuck. Like I'm from New Jersey. It's it's freezing in January, but it was a good time.
Yeah, your body's like, what is going on right now? I don't know. I'm in Michigan, hence the warm hat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it warmed up by us, but a couple of days ago it was like fucking 20 degrees.
Yeah, it warmed up a little, but the house that I live in is from 1929, so it's very drafty.
Gotcha.
Right.
Like them old vintage windows, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's something I wanted to because I actually didn't know this, and I found this out not too long ago. So you guys throughout your career, right? Spine Farm, Metal Blade, Razor and Tie, MCA, but now you have your own independent label, 361 Degrees, right? Records.
Yeah, 361 Degrees Records.
All right. So what made the decision? Fuck this. we're doing it our way.
Well, we've tried it every other way.
Okay.
And it allows, at least for us, the opportunity to move what we feel is as quickly as we'd like to move in the current marketplace, and the speed upon which things are getting released and getting decided and getting and connecting the dots together between tour marketing, single marketing, all the depths of everything. It's a big working machine, and when you're working with teams that are their goals and their business plans are set in a particular way. Sometimes they work against timelines and work against the speed upon which something that you want to get moving because an opportunity has come around. And when it comes to funding and things like that, getting paperwork signed, getting lawyers to agree, sometimes it's a lot. And we have a very able team, a team that I've now worked with for over 5 years, even though we've only been independent for we're coming on our second year. We had the opportunity to try it ourselves. So when we saw that opportunity and we got the confidence from our team that they felt like they could hit all these benchmarks that we needed to get the ball moving. Next thing you know, here we are with a few EPs and getting teed up to get our first full length out.
That's cool, man.
It's awesome. I mean, at this stage in your career to be able to do something like that's pretty dope. And also, it's almost like saying the ball's in your court, right?
Yeah, and it's risk. It's a lot of risk that the labels take, and I get it now, especially being independent. And it's not always in their best interest to take the kind of risks that we're willing to take with our own band and our own dime. So it's not to any fault of theirs and not to any fault of ours that we made the decision that we made, and labels do things the way that they do. Independent artists are popping up left and right. Fucking Billie Eilish right now is independent. So it's, any level artist can do it, because if they can fund themselves, and we've gotten to the point where we can do that. So we gave it a swing, and we have, like I said, I got to give credit where credit's due. We got a great team.
Now, when you say you have a great team, is that a team you guys put together?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys
are
are
partners. They're teams. They're partners with our brand, and they're partners on the label, as well as our COO and our creative director. They all get percentages, and
Right.
help manage the band, so they get a percentage of that. But we made sure that, knowing in whatever direction money comes in, the people that have helped us get from where we were to now, once that flip switched and we got into the black, that they were going to get taken care of.
NONPOINT does well. Everyone does well.
It's you got to do fair business. That's what we want to do.
And that's got to be very empowering to be willing to bet on yourself and say,
absolutely, and it's very expensive.
Hey, empowerment is very expensive these days.
Empowerment is an expensive business.
But no, you know what? It takes balls to do that. It takes willing to bet on yourself and like you said, build a team and be able to stand, with win, lose, or draw. This is it's all you guys.
Bosses don't cash checks, they write checks.
There you go.
Right. Rock. Write that down.
I gotta write that down. I'm putting that in my book. My book of
write
quotes.
that down. I want to say that at the next meeting.
You know it. I'll give you credit for it, though.
So, all right. So what do we got coming up? We got the Emeralds, right? Is this new tour that's coming up in
Emerald
March?
City.
Emerald City. I'm sorry.
That is correct.
Emerald City.
Emerald Cities. It's an Oz themed tour. It's a reimagined look at Oz through the eyes of people like us that are working through tough times and watching golden towers get built all around us while the rest of us kind of struggle. You think about that, and you think about all these different characters in the story, and how you need a little bit of all of that to survive, these outskirts. And, we took that concept through the songwriting, started it a long time ago. Now we're just getting to the point where we have the freedom and the ability to think deep and long enough that I know that I'm going to get multiple EPs, multiple things done, where we can get this concept actually through the ringer. We want people to hear every single song, see every single video, understand every single step, see the concept, and then it to translate into tour. And that takes a lot of cogs working together.
So how much of the creativity are all you guys involved in? Is it are you like dudes jamming out some music, some riffs, and you're like, I have a concept, I need you guys to hear this?
Yeah, well,
is it
it's something that I've been kind of sitting on for a while. The Wizard of Oz is my mom's favorite movie.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And if you hear the lyric in What a Day, where I say tap your heels home, that's where that thing has started. And always thought later in the career to have a concept record where you feel like you feel that back end of your career and people know how long you've been around, where you kind of come to this home feeling where, you know, you get to hang out more at home because you get to choose your touring a little bit more.
Yeah.
So it becomes something else. And, you know, you get a little jaded sometimes with going to all these different places and being all these performing in front of all these people. And, you know, people can see it wrong and see it as heartless, and that's where that kind of whole concept kind of comes in.
Gotcha.
You know, because we're trying to find that and keep that, and it's tough out here in Oz. You know, we're trying to maneuver through it all.
That's cool.
That's what the whole concept is about.
You know what? That goes back to your first minute of the interview. You give a shit. You're putting time and effort into the tour. I mean, you hear it's like
I'm building set pieces for the for the inside. We're doing all new staging. Awesome. We're gonna have an insane set carts and all throughout the inside of the club. The concept is going to be spread throughout the entire club. Fans will be able to walk through and over the speakers and over the club through the PA when normally the in-between music is happening. At any moment you can Shazam what's being played and know where you are in the storyline, who's going to possibly be coming up next, because if you know the story and if you've seen the movie, you're going to be able to see whatever title of whatever song is playing, or if you know the lyrics to that song, you're going to be able to go, okay, shit, this is by that lady named Dorothy, so Dorothy may be coming up next, and that kind of thing.
Oh,
wow,
that's very different, actually. Very different.
We're trying to do something that nobody's ever done, and you know, it takes a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of cogs. We got amazing opening bands willing to dive into the concept with us, and you know, because we have the label and the control of the budgets, we know where we can spend money and line things up at the same time, so that way we're getting the most bang for our buck.
Well, I'm looking at some of the dates, and Elias, you better get your ass back to fucking Jersey, bro, because you're only stopping around Florida, Tennessee, Texas. You better shoot up, son.
Yeah, we're doing multiple legs of this run.
I hear you.
I know that we are, because we have other bands that want to join us that we spoke to on Rock. So we're already getting those lineups set up, and we already have routing for a second leg. So we're just trying to figure out the dates exactly. Gotcha. But a second leg is coming. People in the West Coast, people up in Canada, people in the Northeast. We're gonna hit all of that stuff. And I know the Northeast is with the Canadian dates, because we're gonna start in the Midwest, kind of go counterclockwise, you know, run through Detroit, run through New York, Jersey, Maine, pop through Ottawa, come back through, you know, do kind of like a figure eight kind of thing.
So
you're gonna be busy for a while.
Yeah.
Luckily we're blessed, man. People are really excited about this concept, and I'm hoping that the word's gonna get out once they walk in and see everything that's gonna be there.
It definitely will.
Oh yeah. That once the word gets out that people are gonna be like, what, this has to come to my town. And with that kind of support, and once the pictures of the inside kind of start getting out, I think there's going to be a few legs of the story.
So we had your boy Rob on, I think about a year. What do you think, Rock? About a year and a half ago?
Yeah, about that year and a half ago.
So we had Rob on. Nothing but fucking awesome things to say about you, of course, and your brothers and how long you've been in the game and shit. And we mentioned to him, we said, you know, Rocco and I actually had the opportunity to open up for you guys. It was the Butcher Babies tour.
Oh yes,
Islander
the
Butcher Babies,
Kings and Queens.
Kings and Queens.
Yes, it was. Yep.
So that would be the Starland Ballroom show. So
Starland, I love that venue. Great venue.
We were the opening schmucks. So we were the guys that warmed up. We warmed them up for you, bro. So,
It used to be Birch Hill, right? Wasn't that the old Birch Hill?
No, but yes, it was down there.
That was
It was
that
area, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Same area. I remember we used to play Birch Hill. We did a show there with I want to say Glassjaw. It's a great show.
I love
Yeah.
Glassjaw.
That was my first tour. Glassjaw, NONPOINT, and Earth Crisis.
Wow.
Crisis.
All right.
Yeah. And that was a unbelievable tour. Unbelievable. My first tour, my first national tour.
And what could you just say a little bit about that? Like what do you remember for that first tour?
That it made you you learn how to set a bar by the performance, live performance when you're playing with two bands like that.
Gotcha.
So I definitely lost a lot of calories, burned a lot of calories on that tour.
So
Sure.
So Rocco and I walk into the venue and you guys are doing sound check. Now this is just sound check, bro. And I look at Rocco, looks at me, I look at him, I'm like, do you feel it? Like do you hear them?
You felt it.
And they're just doing sound check. That's a veteran 20-year band that's in the game. But we talked to Rob. Rob did his interview out of a Starbucks. He had no power.
Yeah.
But no, all good. And I was really getting into how when we talked to Rob about your chemistry together and how you guys are your bandmates, your business partners, your friends, your brothers, and you guys lasted this long, and you have a business together. Basically, when it comes down to it, you're the founding members, and you guys lasting this long. And what could you attest that to? And is there anything you could say?
I would say that our relationship and our ability to last this long has a lot to do with picking your battles and knowing that you're going to have to invest a little bit of time, and there will be lulls in music because it's just the way things are. You never know when the cycle of your writing is going to land in the cycle of everything else. And then there's the big changes like music delivery, where all of a sudden you go from, tapes to CD, and then CD to, downloads, and then downloads to MP3s, and then MP3s to streaming. And it's like, I literally saw all of those things flip.
Yeah.
So, during that time, there's things, like Spotify that come around, and where you watch, the shift of who's delivering the music go from majority labels to now majority streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And then them having the relationship of sharing the license of the music. So, those big things, and being able to keep your ear to the ground, know those things are coming, prepare for them, and not fight it. No. It's fucking coming. When Napster was doing this thing, it's like, it's fucking coming, man. It's coming. What are you doing? Just go. Just what are you bitching about? Let's just get it going. Let's people are gonna. It's gonna take about a year for the people to figure it out, and they did. And once they did, now it's gone through that period where labels were paying artists, and now we're like, hey, maybe it should come from the streaming. And now there's more independent artists, and they're figuring out how streaming works and the cost. So all of those things are always forever changing. So your best bet is to focus on your music and to focus on your shit. I don't give a fuck what anybody's doing, man. We got to do our thing, and we got to play our shows, and we got to release our music and do it whenever we're ready, and not do it because it's got to be a fucking summertime hit or none of that shit. It's like we drop it when it feels right. Like this perfect example. Our new song Heartless is dropping on Valentine's Day. You fucking think 2 years when I wrote this shit, we should drop this on Valentine's Day? It just happened. It happens. It happened. Good timing. Good for us. Yay. You know why we were able to do it? Because I was able to get a phone call from my COO, Rob, and he goes, hey, this is coming out. You guys will be done. We could do this around this time. What do you think about dropping on Valentine's? Great fucking idea. Let's do it. It's like, hey, it's only a couple weeks out, but fuck it. Who cares? Let's do it. Yeah, and it's that kind of thing is enough. So that way, we can at least say that we took advantage of good timing and the universe being what it is. It's like the universe was talking to us. You're dropping a song called Heartless on Valentine's Day. It's a metal song. Let's fucking go. Go. Yes. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Do it for the single people.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So I got one more for you. We let you go
for it.
All right. Now this is hypothetical, but I'm going here. You ready?
All right. Hypothetical. That means you can move shit with your mind, right?
You don't know. Son.
No. Okay. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
The Emerald Cities tour was fantastic. It was a success. Knock on wood. We're done. 361-degree record company goes, Elias, we need a solo album. We need a solo album. What do you have in the bank for us? Where would you want to go?
It's funny. I have a couple of tracks that I've actually written with a friend of mine named Anthony out of Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
I think he may have even moved to Nashville. Amazing dude. Amazing songwriter. And another guy named Howard, Anthony Gabuzzi and Howard Hooligan, who's actually here in Kalamazoo, who are pretty snappy at writing very cool loop, like heavy loop stuff that if there's anything that I like to do, it's write a lot of lyrics, and I could go bar, like I won't stop if given the opportunity. And the song structure for rock music hasn't been easy for me to hold attention for a verse for a long extended period of time, and that style of music and that demographic really kind of lets you go. I mean, if you listen to a Kendrick Lamar verse or any of those verses, those things go 36 bars. They just go and go. And it allows for a lot of storytelling. And if you can't tell, I'm a yapper. I like to storytell. And I think that's what's going to be the most prevalent if and when I do drop something solo, is that it's going to have a depth and a length in lyrics that I don't think people will have ever heard from me.
That's good to hear. So you say possibly a little hip hop?
Yeah. Well, yeah, hip hop, and I think I'm gonna do.
I
think I'm gonna do both, because I love to do both, and I could do both in one song and not have an issue. So.
And it's your record company, and you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I got to talk to the guys and make sure that it's cool. Like, hey man, I got this guy I want to sign to the record company. If it's cool, his name Elias, got cool hair.
Yo, dude, thank you so much for giving us time, man. Like,
hey, anytime.
We really appreciate it, and like, I can almost speak for Rocco too. Like we've been.
Don't ever speak for me, okay?
Fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
don't you ever speak for Rocco.
Yeah.
You don't want Jimmy the Fingers over here.
Jimmy the
Call him the nose.
2001, there was a Ozfest compilation on my car when I came back, and I picked it up and we listened to it on the way home, and I went,
Ooh,
"What a fucking day! What a day! All right, let's give it What a Day a chance. Let's give it a one." And ever since then, lifelong fan, bro. So this is an honor for us.
Same here, and I want to just talk about that for 1 second before we let him go.
Yeah,
like that. I was hooked from the first song, the first non-point song, which was "What a Day," that I happened to hear, and we are Archie and I were huge rap fans and metal fans, and like it was like you guys put it all together, and like you were saying how like telling stories, like that song is a story. Like I visualize that whole song every time I hear it, and the way that you put the verses together and like the phrasing, and then when you hit the chorus with the "What a Day," like your voice was like, it gave me the chills, and I'm like, dude, that's my shit right there. And I aspire to be like that.
Well, it makes me happy, man, because I want to continue to write music. I love to write music. Good. And it's good to know that I'm still on the right track, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Elias Soriano. We'll see you out there, bro. The Emerald Cities tour.
Indeed. Emerald Cities tour, March 2nd to March, I believe, 29th. And it's going all the way through just southern northeast section, all the way through the south up to Texas and back into the Midwest. So come check it out.
Where can people find information for that? Where are your socials and stuff?
You want to go to nonpointstore.com. It has everything, including all the links to and the pre-save links to Heartless, our new single that drops this Valentine's Day. So pre-save that song and you'll be notified when it goes live.
All right, brother. Good luck on tour, man.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Later, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the great Elias Soriano. And no, don't get it twisted. He's not a pitcher for the Yankees. No, was he an infielder? What was Soriano?
Second baseman.
Alfonso
Soriano. Look at you.
No, he fucking, bro. Like, seriously, talking to that dude.
He loves music, man. He loves
music. Loves music.
I love that they're willing to bet on themselves. And if you look at their body of work, damn right they should bet on themselves. As Emerald Cities tour sounds really, really intriguing.
I'm 100% going.
Yeah,
100% going to the show. That to have, because I've never been to a show that's going to have this. And you would think that like somehow, I mean, maybe it wouldn't be done on that big of a caliber or like Metallica doing something in an arena like that. But you could see this being done in a club. Like you're going to see stuff that you could see spread out through the club, like a set that you can.
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's fucking dope. And then you can scan with your phone to see where in the fucking within the set or the movie. Like, I don't know. Like I got to do that. You got to do that. I say they're probably going to hit up Starland again. I would think.
Yeah, no doubt. I think when they come by this area, maybe we got on the bill.
maybe they need another shit man to open up the.
There you go.
Open up the show.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Do you guys not have that much money in the budget? We'll play.
Yeah. We're perfect for not having money in the fucking budget.
Rocco, with that being said, what do you have to say to the people?
If you just heard us talking to Elias, then you know we say this without bias, that we wish a motherfucker would try us because we are the motherfucking podcast messiahs. Woo. Because you just listen to Not These Two Fucking Guys podcast. Look up in the sky.
Don't fucking do it.
Okay.
Calm down.
Don't step on my intro. Moving the mic away.
There you go.
There we go.
Can
Wait
you
for it.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah,
You see Mr. Guetta?
I do not.
Oh, you don't see the DJ?
No. See a gray box. I see Mr. Moron. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's you. That's my fault.
I heard this dad joke. You ready?
Sure.
Man is standing over a coffin of his boss at his funeral. He looks over and says, "Guess who's thinking outside the box now, Gary?"